14th, 2026, a date that will be remembered in the diplomatic history of Somaliland. President Abdirahman Mohammed Abdullahi landed in Israel for a historic state visit that marks a major milestone in Somaliland's diplomatic history. Not a secret meeting, not a back-channel negotiation, a full state visit with military honors, a formal welcome ceremony at the president's residence in Jerusalem, and an official state luncheon hosted by Israeli President Isaac Herzog. Then on Monday, June 15th, President Abdullahi opened the Somaliland Embassy in Jerusalem. This is widely seen as a calculated risk, one that Somaliland's leadership believes is necessary after decades of diplomatic isolation. The reaction across the international community has been deeply divided. This is the story of what happened, why both sides believe they are right, and what happens next. President Abdullahi and First Lady Fardosa Mohammed Roble arrived in Israel on June 14th. They were received with a full official welcome ceremony at the president's residence in Jerusalem. Israeli President Isaac Herzog said, "We both face the threat of radical extremism. We both seek security and stability in the region and in the Horn of Africa. We both see the importance of protecting maritime freedom." Herzog also noted that the people of Somaliland waved Israeli flags in celebration of the new relationship. Images, he said, warmed all of our hearts. After the ceremony, Abdullahi visited the Grove of Nations in Jerusalem. He planted an olive tree, a tradition for visiting heads of state. The Jewish National Fund said the tree will stand as a living testament of the friendship, partnership, and developing diplomatic ties between the two countries. On Monday, June 15th, President Abdullahi met with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Foreign Minister Gideon Saar. Then came the main event, the official opening of the Somaliland Embassy in Jerusalem. The opening of the embassy represents a significant diplomatic step for Somaliland and a notable development given Jerusalem's disputed international status under international law. Somaliland is overwhelmingly Muslim majority, making the decision particularly notable across the region. Hamas condemned the visit in strong terms. They called it a political sin. This dangerous transgression constitutes a flagrant attack against the rights of the Palestinian people and a clear bias in favor of Zionist projects to Judaize the land and holy sites. Hamas also called on the Arab League and the Organization of Islamic Cooperation to take immediate and decisive measures to stop Somaliland. When Israel first recognized Somaliland in December 2025, the response from several international bodies was swift. The African Union strongly condemned and rejected the move. The Arab League called it illegal and null and void. The European Union reaffirmed its commitment to Somalia's territorial integrity. China also rejected the recognition. The United Nations Security Council held an emergency meeting on December 29, 2025. The African members of the Council, Algeria, Sierra Leone, Somalia, and Guyana, issued a joint statement calling Israel's recognition a direct violation of the UN Charter. Somaliland officials argued that after 35 years of waiting for recognition from the African Union, the Arab League, and the United Nations, with no success, they have the right to seek allies wherever they can find them. President Abdullahi said, "Somaliland has been talking, has been reaching out to the world leaders for the last 35 years. They were asking only one question, to see us. Only one country desired to see us and recognize Somaliland, and that's the government of Israel and its people." He also emphasized that he stands with the greetings of 6 million Somaliland Muslims, directly addressing critics who say a Muslim nation should not align with Israel. From Somaliland's perspective, this is not a gamble. It is a necessary step toward ending 35 years of diplomatic isolation. It is also worth noting that not all Muslim-majority nations have publicly condemned the move. Some Gulf states, while not officially recognizing Somaliland, have remained silent. This silence may reflect their economic investments in Somaliland's Berbera port and other infrastructure, which are valued in the billions of dollars. So why is Israel pursuing this relationship? According to analysts, it is not just friendship, it is strategy. Israel's primary motivation appears to be securing a strategic foothold near the Bab al-Mandab Strait, the narrow choke point linking the Red Sea to the Gulf of Aden. This is one of the world's most vital maritime corridors. Nearly 10% of global maritime trade passes through it. Gamal Salama, a political expert at Suez University, told Xinhua news agency, Israel is seeking zones of military influence, not merely political ones, whether in the Middle East, North Africa, or the Horn of Africa. Somaliland's location along the Gulf of Aden puts it close to areas of influence of Yemen's Houthi group, which Israel views as a direct security threat. Establishing ties with Somaliland gives Israel operational depth near critical shipping lanes. Another expert, Amira Abdel Halim of the Al-Ahram Center for Political and Strategic Studies, said, Israel is already present in the northern Red Sea. If it extends its presence to the southern Red Sea, that would mean trying to control a large part of this vital waterway. According to these analysts, this is not just about Somaliland. It is about the Red Sea countering Iran-backed Houthis and projecting power into Africa. And Somaliland gets something significant in return, recognition from a UN member state after 35 years of waiting. The embassy opened on Monday, June 15, 2026. Reactions from governments, analysts, and regional organizations have varied significantly. Some view this as a legitimate effort by Somaliland to gain international recognition after more than 3 decades of self-governance. Others argue that the move could undermine long-standing international positions on Jerusalem and increase diplomatic tensions in the region. The real question is, what comes next? Will Gulf partners, the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, quietly accept Somaliland's Israel ties? They have invested billions in Berbera port and other infrastructure. Do they pull out, or do they look the other way? Will other countries follow Israel's lead and recognize Somaliland? Or will the international community further isolate Hargeisa? Somaliland has waited 35 years for this moment. President Abdullahi is betting that recognition is worth the diplomatic costs. The international community is watching closely. Some celebrate Somaliland's diplomatic breakthrough, others warn of consequences. Only time will tell which view prevails. That is your Horn Business Insight. If you want to understand how Somaliland's diplomatic strategy could reshape the Horn of Africa, hit subscribe, like, and share. I will see you in the next Insight.